Philosophical foundations of Stanislaw Lem's Futurology. Stanislaw Lem's thought in futurology is deeply rooted in several philosophical and scientific traditions that together shape his complex vision of technological and societal futures. Central to his framework is the influence of cybernetics, pioneered by Norbert Wiener, which emphasizes feedback loops, control mechanisms, and communication processes inherent in both machines and humans. This cybernetic perspective leads Lem to conceive technology not as a linear, human-controlled progression but as a dynamic, evolving system that can often escape direct human mastery. Complementing this is Lem's engagement with Ludwig von Bertalanffy's systems theory, which situates technology within a broader network of social and ecological interactions, highlighting the interconnectedness and mutual influence of diverse systems. Beyond these, Lem's anticipation of post-humanist concerns challenges traditional boundaries between human cognition and machine intelligence, underscoring the limits of human understanding in the face of increasingly sophisticated technological entities. Philosophically, Lem's reflections are also colored by existentialist influences, particularly from Martin Heidegger, exploring themes of alienation, technological dependence, and the search for meaning in a world transformed by innovation. Finally, Lem maintains a commitment to scientific realism, even as he critiques the capacity of scientific inquiry to fully apprehend the complexities and unpredictabilities inherent in technological development. Unpredictability and autonomy of technological evolution. At the core of Lem's futurological thought is the conviction that technological progress is fundamentally unpredictable, an insight he vividly articulates in Summer Technology, 1964, by describing the future as not a fixed landscape but a labyrinth of possibilities. This metaphor captures the essence of technological autonomy. Once created, technologies evolve according to their own internal logics and emergent properties, often diverging from human intentions. Such emergence means that advanced systems generate behaviors and consequences that their inventors cannot foresee. For example, artificial intelligence serves as a quintessential illustration of this principle. AI systems increasingly learn and adapt in ways that surprise even their creators, revealing the limitations of human foresight. The unpredictability of technology thus demands a posture of humility and caution, especially in contemporary contexts involving AI, biotechnology, and automation. Lem's insistence on this complexity challenges simplistic techno-optimism and calls for a nuanced awareness of the risks and opportunities presented by technological innovation. The complexity barrier and human cognitive limits. Lem introduces the concept of the complexity barrier to describe a critical threshold beyond which human intelligence struggles to comprehend or control the systems it has brought into existence. As he writes in Summer Technology, we create tools more powerful than ourselves, and in doing so, we approach a boundary of comprehension. This barrier arises from inherent cognitive limitations. The human brain is constrained in its capacity to process multifaceted, rapidly evolving phenomena, while advanced technologies often operate with a degree of opacity that defies even expert understanding. Contemporary examples include blockchain technologies and cryptocurrencies, whose unintended economic and social repercussions exemplify how emergent technologies can exceed human prediction and management. Lem's complexity barrier highlights the urgent need for interdisciplinary approaches that combine technological expertise with ethical and social insights, advocating for governance frameworks that acknowledge these cognitive and systemic limits. Artificial intelligence, new modes of intelligence and ethical challenges. Lem was prescient in anticipating the rise of artificial intelligence and its profound implications for society, ethics, and conceptions of human identity. Rejecting the notion that AI would merely replicate human cognition, he argued in Dialogues, 1957, that artificial intelligence would instead constitute a new form of intelligence altogether. This view foregrounds pressing ethical questions surrounding AI autonomy, rights and purpose, as well as the transformative impact of human-machine interactions on work, creativity, and interpersonal relationships. Lem's novel Golem 14 vividly explores these themes through the figure of a superintelligent machine that transcends human concerns to grapple with existential and cosmic questions. The ethical challenges raised by AI, such as its effects on employment, privacy, and security, remain central to contemporary debates. Lem's foresight thus provides a valuable framework for understanding and navigating the societal transformations induced by artificial intelligence. Limits of communication, and the challenge of otherness. A persistent theme in Lem's work is the exploration of the limits of human understanding, especially in relation to communicating with radically different intelligences, whether alien or artificial. As he famously states in Solaris, 1961, "The greatest barrier is not distance but the incomprehensibility of the other." This insight reveals the cognitive alienation that arises when human beings attempt to bridge gaps in perception, cognition, and experience with entities fundamentally unlike themselves. The failure of human scientists in Solaris to communicate with the sentient ocean embodies these difficulties and challenges anthropocentric assumptions in ethics and epistemology. Lem's reflections on the otherness of non-human intelligences have become increasingly relevant in contemporary discourse on interspecies communication, the ethical treatment of AI, and efforts within the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, SETI. Recognizing these limits encourages a more humble and ethically nuanced approach to the unknown. Technological utopias, dystopias, and the role of human agency. Lem's futurological critique extends to both utopian and dystopian visions of technology. He contends that technology is neither intrinsically good nor evil but rather a tool shaped by human purposes and constrained by inherent limitations. In the Siberiad, 1965, Lem humorously dismantles the naive optimism of technological utopias by illustrating how well-intentioned inventions often produce unforeseen chaos. Conversely, he critiques dystopian narratives for exaggerating technological dangers while neglecting human resilience and adaptability. Lem's balanced perspective calls for a middle path, one that recognizes the unpredictable nature of technological progress and the importance of human agency in steering its consequences. This nuanced stance urges a critical but constructive engagement with the future, resisting simplistic binaries of hope and fear. Ethics as a central dimension of technological progress. Above all, Lem emphasizes the ethical dimension as indispensable in any serious futurological inquiry. He argues that technological advancement cannot be treated as a mere technical challenge but must be understood as fundamentally an ethical problem. As he asserts in Summer Technology, the future is not merely a technical problem but an ethical one. This perspective underscores the necessity for ethical frameworks to evolve alongside technological capabilities, ensuring that innovations do not outpace moral reflection. The precautionary principle, which advocates for caution in the face of uncertainty, is central to mitigating risks associated with novel technologies. Contemporary debates over genetic editing technologies like CRISPR exemplify Lem's concerns about unintended consequences and the urgent need for moral foresight. By placing ethics at the heart of technological governance, Lem's work inspires a responsible approach to addressing global challenges such as climate change, surveillance, and cyber warfare. Contemporary relevance and everyday implications. Lem's futurological insights carry significant implications for individuals and societies today. His work encourages critical technological awareness, fostering informed decision-making regarding technology's use, regulation, and impact. The emphasis on ethics reminds us that innovation must be balanced by moral responsibility to prevent harm. Furthermore, Lem's interdisciplinary approach advocates for collaborative problem-solving across scientific, philosophical, and social domains, a necessity given the complexity of modern challenges. His vision of AI provides a conceptual toolkit for navigating the evolving human-machine interface, while his reflections on unpredictability and change offer guidance in adapting to the rapid pace of technological transformation. Overall, Lem's Futurology equips us with intellectual resources to engage proactively and ethically with the uncertain futures technology may bring. Critiques and limitations of Lem's Futurology. Despite its profound contributions, Lem's Futurology has faced several criticisms. Some argue that his emphasis on unpredictability leans toward pessimism, potentially underestimating human adaptability and the capacity for innovation to overcome complexity, as noted by thinkers like Ray Kurzweil. Others point to the abstract nature of Lem's analyses, which often highlight risks without offering detailed, practical solutions for managing technological challenges, especially in areas like AI governance. Additionally, critics suggest that Lem occasionally falls into technological determinism, downplaying the cultural and social factors that influence technological trajectories. Finally, his optimistic expectation that humanity can collectively address ethical dilemmas may appear idealistic to some, given ongoing global divisions. These critiques invite further dialogue and refinement of Lem's ideas, while affirming their enduring relevance. Conclusion: balancing innovation with ethical responsibility. Stanislaw Lem's Futurology stands as a profound and nuanced exploration of technology's relationship with humanity, characterized by an acute awareness of unpredictability, complexity, and ethical necessity. His insights into artificial intelligence, human cognitive limits, and the challenges of communication with the other remain deeply pertinent to contemporary technological debates. While criticisms highlight areas of pessimism and abstraction, Lem's work ultimately serves as a clarion call to balance innovation with responsibility, urging societies to ensure that technological progress aligns with ethical values and existential concerns. His Futurology continues to inspire critical reflection and informed engagement with the uncertain futures shaped by our own creations. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you appreciate the video and keep updated on our upcoming content.